Okay, recording and live screen is on. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again, and we're in episode 15 of Hogwarts Legacy. Let's see what we get to do today. Man, so many quests now. It's out of control. Just get 9 more of those. What? My rewards are Alamora 2 and 3? Why would I need both of those instead of just 3? A level more of 3 would be good enough by itself. Conjuration spellcraft. Let's take that one. Could always use more spellcrafts.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
Yep.
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband, Aidan, was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
On it.
You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
I don't have those unlocked. Nope, better sell my junk while I'm here. Shop without a shopkeep. Should be a store this way. Jeez, watch it. Should be a shop around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself. If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Keep forgetting to identify my stuff.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Thank you for your coin.
Revelio.
Sneakoscope. It didn't work.
First they're teaching students jinx it. Next thing you know,
That page should be flying back around any time now.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Oops. The heck is that?
You should know better than that by now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
This place has seen better days.
Revelio.
That noise was. Skilled.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh, this day's gone on too long.
What's that supposed to be? Few witches or wizards correctly trace the history of Scotland's indigenous mazes back to their rightful source, the 15th century dark wizard known as Yunnan Blackwood. Born Yunnan Wood to a non-magical branch of the Wood family, Yunnan was misunderstood by his Muggle parents and in an effort to fit in, sought solace in the family trade, hedge trimming. He could allegedly control the blackthorn bushes with his mind, creating beautiful designs with ease. This both impressed and infuriated his rather intolerant family. Their resentment only worsened upon young Yunnan's invitation to Hogwarts, where he was sorted into Hufflepuff House. It was at Hogwarts that Yunnan first met one of Artemisia Black, disowned by the Black family for her mother's dalliance. That's not a word I'm familiar with. I don't know what dalliance is. Dalliance with Artemisia's Muggle father. The half-blood Artemisia's relationship with blood purity was a complex one. She considered herself worthy of her mother's maiden name and blamed her father for her ostracization. At the same time, she did not fault Wood for his Muggle parentage, but rather considered him too unwilling considered him too an unwilling, innocent victim of Muggle impurity. That sentence doesn't make, but rather considered him too an unwilling. Oh, considered him also an unwilling, innocent victim of Muggle impurity. Okay. Sure where I'm supposed to go.
Revelio.
Am I supposed to find that chest? Is that my goal? That is the goal, okay. Appears to be another chest over here.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Wonder who lives here.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Horklumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Bardo should have returned by now. Had
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
I almost captured a grapphorn in the...
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Getting there. Just a few more Horklumps to harvest. Accio!
I cannot Accio fish.
Revelio!
Need this guy.
Lumos.
Oh, there's a fire bin right there. I don't need that.
Confringo!
Something. Oh, that's right. Another wand handle. Surprised the wand handles don't have any stats.
Revelio. Almost there. One more hawk lump to harvest. Confringo. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Either I'll have to fight that troll. Together. Arrest their momentum. Protego. Expelliarmus.
Tough troll.
Stupefy. Confringo. Caporzo. Arresto momentum. Protego. Stupefy. Expelliarmus.
Oops, that's the wrong button.
Confringo. Depulso. Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Stupefy. Expelliarmus. Protego. Arresto momentum. Stupefy. Protego. Stupefy. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Stupefy. Stupefy. Expelliarmus.
Oh,
Confringo. Depulso. That was a close one. Revelio. Confringo.
wait a minute. That's my destination. That's the way I came in. Nothing up here.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Bolso.
The heck, go.
Revelio.
Hello, squirrels. Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways it wasn't like the early first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of classes had ended. Oh, it's a long letter. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly Legilimens? It's a Legilimens. But I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quilt, dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me, when you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts. I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first-year witch I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. Yes, please tell Mrs. Sproudle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sproudle whenever I can for their delightful conversation, and I am ashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. Dear Serona, I conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Jean. My dear Serona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sproudle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how he giggled about the ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sproudle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, But this does not mean I will go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match for all of Slytherin this year. At all for Slytherin this year. Most gracefully yours, Philomena, sorry.
This must be Sorona's box of letters.
Oh, another one. Dear Mrs. Sproul, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon in clad rags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed. As is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the table. I shall own a place like that one day. Mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mrs. Sproul agreed to let me stay. Know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Sirona.
Accio! Confringo!
What? I missed a
I
letter?
found a dirical den near one of the hamlets. Made some
kidding me.
galleons off that little find.
How did I miss a letter?
Where did I set my traps? Is it lower or upper Hogsfield?
It's that cave entrance that I just came out of. That was right around here. Was it not? Really don't want to have to go back through that whole place again. There it is. Oh, I can't go back this way. Lame. Oh, that's lame. I have to go back through the whole place again. How did I miss a letter?
Come to
Revelio! Better have a look around. See if Arthur Hall and the box of letters. Revelio! Confringo! Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
At least I don't have to fight the troll again. Dear Serona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked. What is with this trend of using sneaked instead of snuck? I mean, is it... Are we just getting rid of all past tense words that I was taught growing up and changing everything to a current tense with ed on the end of it? Is that the deal? Is that the trend? We're just going to get rid of all the previous years of schooling that I had to sit through, the words that I had to learn, and just throw them away and go with the easier version after wasting all that time being taught extra words that I didn't need to know when we could have just used ed on the end of everything for past tense. It's frustrating. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Finky. Finky? Who names their kid Finky? Okay. Happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Finky to make your favorite cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Finky. Bess.
I think that's everything.
Yeah,
So
got
Ron
all
will be
the
glad to have this back.
Got all the letters, yay. I don't know how I missed that one the first time. For shame.
I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk lumps.
Oh, there is no way back into the cave. Okay. Weird.
It's like a plane.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a...
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some hawk lumps for you, and I found Serona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Serona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade. Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Okay, let's see. Adelaide. Suppose we could do this one.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio.
Why does this always frown? He should burn the castle down.
Lumos. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Something get revealed. Where is it? What's that sound? Is it that chest there I'm hearing?
Hello again. Were you able to get any deep?
Revelio.
It's got any points? Huh.
What are you up to now?
What's everybody doing in here?
Revelio.
That's so cool.
Excellent. Revelio.
I've always said that travel
Revelio. This looks like the right statue. Now, what was the password? Descendium. Goodness. Who knew this was all down here?
Lumos.
A lift. Must be how I get down. Looks broken, though.
Accio!
Arrow.
Reparo.
I need to fix the lift before I can use... That seems to have done the trick.
Revelio.
This castle will never cease to surprise me.
Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Wingardium Leviosa.
I'm trapped. How am I supposed to get out of here?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Can't be standing.
If I could lift this platform, I think I could get it to work.
Stay there.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Let's try Accio.
Leviosa.
I'm going to have to get past this.
Reparo. Leviosa. Revelio.
Stuff down there that I want.
Reparo. Leviosa. Incendio.
One more to go and I'll make it across.
Leviosa.
Something is getting in the way of that platform.
Reparo. Accio. Leviosa.
That did the trick.
Revelio.
This must be the way out. I need to find a way to open that gate.
Revelio. Incendio.
Something smells sweet. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Honeydukes. I can smell the chocolate. Now, where would I find the dried billywig stings for Gareth? I have the dried billywig stings. Now back to Gareth. I can only imagine how his new recipe's going to turn out.
Just fast travel back.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Hello, Gareth. I have those dried billywig things.
You got them! Incredible.
Happy to help. Here you go.
This is brilliant! Can't wait to get started. Thank you again. I'll let you know when I've brewed my first batch of fizzing whiz-beer.
That's it. There's an awful lot of effort. What to name this episode? Have to think about that. Well, it's close enough to an hour. I think we'll end it here. We'll be back in the next 10 to 20 minutes for another episode. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. And come back soon.